Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, June 15th, 2024. Alright, so summer's pretty much here, and today in particular continues to be a hot one for us human residents of the high desert. But what about our four-legged best friends? They feel the heat too, and they can't speak up about it. So joining us with some heat safety tips to keep in mind for your canine is dog lover and Sunday's dad, Jeff Harmatz.
If your dog is anything like mine, she loves to go outside and go on a long walk or lay on some rocks. But dogs can't always distinguish between hot and way too hot. Fortunately, they've got humans in their life to help them stay cool and prevent burns. If the thermometer says it's more than 85 degrees outside, then going outside can be dangerous for dogs. Pavement, asphalt, and even artificial grass retain heat, so that even if it's 85 outside, the surfaces can be more than 100 degrees and can burn your dog's feet. They might not even realize they're being burned themselves. The American Kennel Club says that a dog's normal resting temperature ranges from 99 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So keep your dog inside or in the shade if it's hot outside, and provide them with plenty of water. Watch your dog for signs and symptoms of heat stress. These include seeking shade, limiting movement, getting restless, uncontrolled panting, nausea, vomiting, reddening skin, or excessive saliva. If you notice any of these, bring your dog inside immediately. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
With an emphasis on poetry and prose, the traveling multimedia variety show Red Light Lit will make its latest stop at the Palms in Wonder Valley tonight. Reporter Gabriel Hart gives us a lineup of the authors, musicians, and dancers for this ever-evolving hybrid performance.
Hosted by author Jennifer Lewis, Red Light Lit fuses literary reading with live musical accompaniment with interpretive dancing. For this Saturday's lineup, traveling readers include Holly Hardy from Austin, Texas, Natasha Dennerstein from San Francisco, and Emily John Tobias from Orange County. Local readers include musician, actor, and Palms bartender Kevin Bone, Shawanda Gatson, Joanna Shikowska, Anna Tyson, and Susan Rukeyser. Readings will be accompanied by live improvisational score by drummer Dan Thomas and DW on guitar, with dancing by Lauren Slavosky and Jen Henry. Matthew Stevenson and Landroid will be the musical guests after the readings. Tickets are available for $10 at the door. Show begins at 7 p.m. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
California's newest state park, Dos Rios, officially opened to the public on Wednesday, June 12th. Located about 8 miles west of Modesto in the San Joaquin Valley, the approximately 1,600-acre Dos Rios property is the largest public-private floodplain restoration project in California to restore habitat for threatened and endangered wildlife at the Tulamane and San Joaquin rivers. We have an abundance of public lands here in Southern California, but we don't have as many state parks as other areas, while we're rich in monuments and preserves. So what's the difference? According to the National Park Service, a national park like ours in Joshua Tree contains a variety of resources and encompasses a large land or water area that provides an adequate protection for those resources. National monuments are a designation for an area intended to preserve at least one significant resource. They're usually created by presidential proclamation. The proposed Chuckwalla National Monument south of Joshua Tree is hoping to be President Biden's 9th use of that presidential power. The Sand to Snow National Monument stretches from the floor of the Sonoran Desert to the peaks of San Gorgonio, showcasing the wild variety that can exist in Southern California's public lands. And of course, Joshua Tree National Monument was established in 1936 and didn't become a national park until 1994. Preserves were established in 1974, and 20 years later, the Mojave National Preserve was created to our north. Preserves are created to protect at least one significant resource and allow the use of the land for hunting, fishing, resource collection, and other non-harmful impacts. As for state parks, we have a few around here. Indio Hills, the Salton Sea, and Picacho State Rec Area are all designated as state parks, and off-road meccas like the Heber Dunes are called state vehicular recreation areas, another name for the abundant public lands that are protected for our use. But what's in a name, though? Whichever park, monument, or preserve you visit, it has a rich history of people living, working, and recreating on the land. And protecting these resources as a living testament to our connection with the land ensures we don't lose it for future generations, perhaps preserving a bit of that wild spirit that has inspired so many of us to call the desert home. You can see a list of all the public lands mentioned at this story on our website, z1077fm.com. Old Town Yucca Valley's Rainbow Stew is going to be holding their monthly drum circle this Sunday afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock, and reporter Gabriel Hart rejoins us with a brief overview of what exactly a drum circle is and what you need to know to bring some more rhythm to the rest of your day.
A drum circle is an informal gathering of percussionists and dancers, often at parks and beaches. Percussionists usually gather in a circle and dancers are often seen in the center of the circle. The participants make up the music as they go along, using their listening and playing skills to make musical connections and express themselves in any and all ways that feel right. Drum circles often attract both regulars and spontaneous participation, and they can range in size from a handful of players to circles with thousands of participants. Defining values of a drum circle include equality, autonomy, inclusivity, and freedom of expression. Join host Donna Tomlinson, who will be leading the drum circle this Sunday from 2 to 3 at the air-conditioned Rainbow Stew. Bring your drums or any other percussion instruments, even flutes or anything to soar on top of the rhythm. All ages and skill levels welcome from beginner to virtuoso. For more information, call Rainbow Stew at 760-418-510. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 news team, I'm Robert Hayden.